Hello, everyone, and welcome. You can sense it through the pageantry, the tradition, the electricity that permeates this place as we get set for a terrific game. They're just about ready to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down.
And the offense will take over. First and 10.
On first down, here comes this offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. A new set of downs after the completion. Out of the gun to give to the back. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
I am impressed with the physicality we're seeing up front by this offensive line. Playing on the road, they knew they wanted to get the run game established, and they are doing just that. They're not just getting 3-4 yards a pop. They're gashing this defense.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Just a short pass to the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Colin.
Guys, this winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. They'll leave it with him. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up second and 9. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing third down. Looking to scramble. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on fourth down. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on fourth down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. These guys got knocked around in Big 12 play last year, and that has been a motivating force during the offseason.
Yeah, and you hope it's a motivating force. You hope they were talking about it. You hope it matters to your team that last year was a very big disappointment. With expectations for this squad to end up like they did, a lot of time to stew on it. The whole offseason, Palmer, you better be irritated, and they better come out with some momentum to start Big 12 play.
I think what was so frustrating about this team last year was that on paper, they looked like a team that could compete for the Big 12 championship, but it just didn't show up each and every week. This year, again, these guys look good from a height standpoint, a weight standpoint, a speed standpoint, but they've got to make plays, and it's got to start here today.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, second and 6.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
When they've got him looking run, now to pass. And he'll just get rid of that one. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd down, man. You'd think this offense would want to throw it down the field, at least past the sticks. With this defense and their athleticism and speed, they gobbled him up behind the line of scrimmage.
This is an area of the field where it's really advantageous to just go for it. Fires to the wideout. What a snag by the defense. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. First down for this offense. From the gun, the running back has it. Creates a little space. Turns it on down the left side. Finds the finish line for the touchdown. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago.
Fair catch, called for and made. Offense getting set for first down. Just going to keep it after the snap. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
They go to the ground. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. He'll try the left side. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. He now has 84 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Wide receiver shows motion. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Pulled down after a gain of 5. It's at the 9-yard line.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Dances away from the heat. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Now he's going to break the pocket. Ball is free. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. Everything broke down. The quarterback tried to bail them out, but he ended up making things worse when he fumbled.
Yeah, I like the quarterback and his athleticism extending the play and at least giving himself the chance, but you got to finish. You still have to do a good job taking care of the football. That's priority number 1. He wasn't able to do that.
Makes it past the marker. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Man, that dude just hits the gas and just goes. How nice is it as an offensive coordinator to have a quarterback that you can run just like a tailback? And you got a tailback in the backfield with him all the time, and he can throw so many options, but you just see the speed when he hits the gas, and it is really nice.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Quarterback strolling away from heat. He's going to... Oh, there's the ball! And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble.
You start to get that offense going and start having success. You've got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, I take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down.
You hate giving up that play if you're the DB on this one because you're playing man coverage, you're trying to defend a slant route, you've taken the inside away. That's where your leverage is. You'll allow anything to happen to the outside. You're trying to funnel the receiver to the boundary. You just cannot let the receiver beat you to the inside.
Going up top on 1st down. Scrambling away. He'll fire to his right. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. Touchdown! The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offensive coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the ground with the back. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. He's now up to 95 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Makes the grab. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands.
He's going for it all. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Stayed behind his pads, kept finding the space. He got 9 on the play. It'll be 4th and 2.
I love teams that make it a priority to run the football, and they have today. Another good run by this running back. He's been doing it all night, over 100 yards on the day. Really, really good night for this young man.
Trying to show their strength with the run on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Steps away. On the run, fires downfield. He's got him wide open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, they come up with a huge play. They're going to be down in the red zone now. And I think, David, the mentality changes a little bit for a defense, right? Playing at this position of the field.
Yeah, the field shrinks. Now it becomes a little bit easier to play, more man coverage, you know, down in that red area. But giving up the big pass play, it's a backbreaker. You want to make them earn it down the field, not give up these big plays. But the QB saw it right away, and really good job of executing and making the big play.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. A designed run for the quarterback. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Here comes the option. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. He's at the 50. Past the 30. 10. And he's in for the score. Touchdown.
And I love the way they break on the football, swarm to the football. This is why you do it, because sometimes the ball comes out, the linebacker picks it up, and tell you what, the big fella shows some speed, takes it all the way back for 6.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to go up top on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
What a great job defending the comeback there by the defender, right? He was able to squat, transition, break on the ball, and knock it down. Could not have played that better.
Moving away from pressure. Takes a hit as he fires. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. A nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. It's complete to the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. To the air on 1st down. He's going for a big play downfield. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the second half. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. On the move. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
Quarterback keeps it. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Calls his own number. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. They'll run the option. The pitch. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play. In their own territory, but completely undaunted as they go for it and make it on fourth down.
And it's crazy. I don't even think you have a second thought anymore. Even in your own side of the field, like, what, I'm going to have bad field position? Nah, I don't really care. We're going to go for it. We're going to play the numbers. We're going to be aggressive.
Caught in the backfield. It's Jones. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Trying to find his man on first down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This offense has a second down play. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And a good solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space for his QB.
Now on fourth down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down, they were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
He's up to 113 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
So far, everything's just seemed to work for this offense when they've wanted to run the football. Regardless of what down and distance it is, they're able to get it done. Up front, getting a lot of push, and these backs are finding the holes.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
He'll pull it down. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Pulls and fired complete. Across the 25, he's got room. Run out of bounds just before he can get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. A first down run in the red zone. Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. Sprints into the end zone for a touchdown. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Right through his hands and incomplete, and he'll want that one back. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the offense falls on the football, but they are short of the line to gain. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Man, what a break. Great job falling on the football. Great job having some awareness. The running back coughed it up, but teammates there to pick him up, fall on the football. Listen, it's lucky, but it's a good job by the offense.
They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. The kickoff team out there getting set. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. He'll come out throwing on first down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And he hauls it in inside the 30. The hands, the feet. He steps his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays.
3:25. Go.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. And the sophomore just a little too much on that one.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Quarterback empties his backfield. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. A 3rd and long coming up here. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
In the situation we're in, down 2 possessions, they obviously had to go for that one. And because they're not able to come up with it, it looks like they're going to be leaving this stadium with an L.
Power football with the run. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, running back gets to give. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Third down, and they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. A run for the quarterback. Keeps it himself and gets to 1st. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. After that huge play, right back at him on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
And he barrels into the end zone for a touchdown. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And we'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Quarterback checking off. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Working that left side now. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. They'll go with the 5 wide out set on 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to him. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Looks as if he's going to run it. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Hey, man, 4th and 1 at any part of the field is risky to go for, especially when you're in your own end of the field. But they did. It was a good play call. I like them being aggressive, especially after getting that first down.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Moves away as he feels pressure. They're working that left side. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. He wants to throw. Quarterback now breaking the field. Fires on the move. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They keep attacking through the air. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something. He will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss.
And, man, is that a just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
He's taking a deep shot. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Here comes the offense on 1st down. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Looks like the offense will just take a knee. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.